And very unfortunately for Shashi Tharoor, on a day when he filed his nomination, threw his hat into the ring of an election that most people think isn't an election at all, another controversy for poor Mr. Tharoor. Dr. Tharoor, I beg your pardon. He had a wrong map on his campaign manifesto. How much more unfortunate can it get than that? It isn't the first time that Shashi Tharoor has brandished a map that was incorrect. He did it in 2019 once. Knowing Dr. Shashi Tharoor, I know this was most certainly not deliberate. He is a patriot himself for sure. This must have been an error by his team, but this is the politics of perception and images, everything, and he's come under attack as well. A corrected map has now been released by Dr. Tharoor's office to rectify this embarrassing blunder in the Jammu and Kashmir map in his campaign manifesto. But now Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshwadeep are missing from the India map. Incredible. I mean, it's one mistake after another. Poor Dr. Tharoor. The new map, which was supposed to correct the original error, is now missing Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshwadeep. So India's island territories have simply been wiped out. It's a comedy of errors. I mean, this is something that Dr. Tharoor shouldn't have to be bogged down by at this point of time, but sadly, that's the era of social media, and all little errors of this kind are going to be amplified in a big way. And not to say that these aren't big errors, these are. Care must be taken for things like this, especially for someone like Dr. Tharoor, who's very popular on social media. The first picture he tweeted out with his election manifesto had India's head chopped off. There was no Jammu and Kashmir. And now, with a corrected map, including J&K, there's no Lakshwadeep and Andaman and Nicobar. What an absolute series of blunders. Amit Bharadwaj, my colleague, is still with me. I want to quickly get in. Amit, this is like a comedy of errors. I'm feeling a little bad for Dr. Tharoor because this was his day in the spotlight in a very big way, nominating himself, campaign manifesto, etc. And getting those maps wrong has got to be really embarrassing. I'm sure he's really annoyed about this.
Well, absolutely right, Shiv. It was his day in the sense that he at least decided that he is not going to surrender in front of someone like as tall as Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, and is still going to have a friendly battle with him. But moments after the release of the manifesto, India Today broke the story that there's a blunder, major goof-up, massive goof-up in that particular map that has been released, which is part of the Mr. Tharoor's manifesto. And in fact, Dr. Tharoor was holding that particular map in his hand while he was talking about emphasizing there is a need to decentralize power in the Congress party, as to how right now the entire power is actually centralized in the national capital with the AICC headquarters.
Right.
But even a district president is appointed by the AICC headquarters, not by the PCCs. Well, he was making out that point, but even then he could not notice that there was a blunder in that map. And there's another map which has been rectified, issued by Shashi Tharoor's office. And this time around, Shiv, Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshwadeep Islands are actually missing. So clearly, one mistake by another on this very day when he has filed his nomination. And certainly annoyed right now. He could be, what we are expecting is that whether his office is going to release a statement, detailed statement on this blunder or not. We know for a matter of fact that it won't be Mr. Tharoor who would have put that map on the manifesto, but definitely the onus, the buck will stop.
No, it's going to have a great deal of nuisance value for him on a day when he needs to be really focused because of all the shape-shifting politics that's erupting around him. He's taken a pot shot at the High Command also, calling Mallikarjun Kharge a symbol of continuity instead of the change that he, Tharoor, represents. So all of these things are going to have nuisance value for Tharoor, and I'm sure he's pretty annoyed about it, but he will have to issue a statement. That's the price you pay for having the glare of the media, especially social media, on you 24 hours a day. Amit, thank you very much for that.